Hello and welcome to the Queen's Lair. It's your girl, the Mad Queen. Today's video is just going to be a quick showcase over my current Guild Boss team. I have made this video before, but as I progress and I'm able to unlock higher chests and better rewards, I'll go ahead and just keep releasing videos on that, of course. So we'll head into the Guild Boss. I'll show you the fight, and then afterwards, I'll show you the stats and the gear that I have on all of those heroes. I also really want to mention as well that this team that I'm showing you for my guild boss is going to be more based on a free to play standpoint. I will be coming out with a video that's going to show more Triple S heroes so that you can do more damage that way. But this is going to be based on people that are really kind of low to spend or are free to play, because all of these heroes are very easy to get your hands on. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm talking specifically, I wanted to make this very clear, about the daily challenge boss that you can do. And I've been doing a little bit of testing because I wanted to see how well the new heroes could perform in here. But I'm going to go ahead and take this guy out here and just put my my Omar in just for the time being. But let's go ahead and watch it. I have Taylor, I have Omar, Sorietta, Bot Mark 2, and Falvia. Basically, for this, you just want a bunch of DPS units. You don't need support units. It's very rare that I ever have anybody die unless I just don't have them leveled up very many times. And so they're just kind of weak because they don't have very much health or defense. There's really nothing special that goes on here either. You just want to make sure that you're using ranged heroes. You don't want to use melee because they're just going to get stunned. This fire really burns. But the higher you go up in these as well, the higher that you, okay. So I went ahead and this is actually 47. This is the most I've gotten. As you can see, it's a new record for me, and where I'm so close to unlocking chest 32, but right now we're still stuck on 31. Just very close. It's really just the difference. It actually might be that I need to switch out a couple of heroes and just try a few more things, but definitely upgrading some of the gear that I have currently on those heroes is really going to help. But as you start, and I did say before that I rarely have people die, which is typically true. But as you see, I did have a couple of people die here, and I believe that's because the more damage that we start to do, and the more damage the boss is going to start dealing to us. But if we go ahead and take a look here, we have my Taylor in the lead with doing the most damage. Sorietta and Falvia are pretty equally matched, and that's the same for Omar and Botmark 2. There are definitely better options that you could plug in besides those two, but if you've watched my channel before, you know I try not to focus primarily on using a bunch of Triple S heroes because I do have all of them in the game, because not a lot of people do, and that's not very relatable. So I try to use heroes that are really easy to get, so that way these guides can help a lot of people in general. But let's go ahead and I'm going to head over and I will show you really quickly the gear and stats that I have for each of these heroes. So first off, I am going to show you my Sorietta, who is 199. Talents are totally maxed out on everything. And you're going to see that I've maxed out the HP and defense on all of my DPS units, and that's because it makes them survive longer. So it's not something you necessarily have to do, but if you have the extra resources eventually, it's definitely worth investing into because it's just going to help the survivability in general of your hero. But as we go into exclusives, we are in the last stage of those. And when it comes to equipment, I do have 2 hero sets and a Sun Singed set. You can see here the stats that I have: 29,000 attack, 45% crit rate, and 4% crit damage. Of course, you want to have more crit rate, more crit damage, and attack. Ideally, those are the 3 main things that you want to focus on when it comes to Sorietta. Next is Falvia. I actually, I've had Falvia for a while, don't get me wrong, but I actually didn't start really building her out and playing with her a lot until probably a couple of weeks ago. And she's definitely one of my most used heroes now. She's amazing. But when we go into her talents, she is also totally maxed out here. As far as her exclusive, she's in the last stage as well. And with her equipment, she has 2 Sun Singed sets. And I'm sorry, she has a Sun Singed set. And she has 1 hero set. So she gets extra crit rate and extra attack percent. Falvia is one of the heroes that you want to make sure that you can really get that 100% crit rate into. As you can see, I do not have that. The reason for this is because of her skills and her abilities. Basically, if she's able to do more damage and she's able to do more shots, basically, if she's able to hit every shot critically. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to put a bunch of crit damage into her. Obviously, that would be helpful. That's great if you can do that, but that's kind of the last stat we're going to look at if we're going to build Falvia. So just try your best to get her to 100% crit rate with as much attack percent or as much attack as you can. The third one we have here is going to be Bot Mark 2. I do want to mention that not all of these heroes, I didn't actually like hand pick them specifically for the guild boss. I'm still not in a position to really just hand pick and level up and put everything into one hero specifically that I'm going to use in one spot. So Botmark is somebody I'd been leveling up to use in a lot of other places, and that's going to be the same for Omar as well, which is going to be the next we're going to go over. But I'm just trying to use what I have and try to make the best of that for now currently. But when we look at Botmark 2, Botmark's talents are all totally done again as well. And we have an Overload and Sun Singed set. So we're going to get extra crit damage and extra crit rate. As you can see here, I do have a random piece on him, and that's because it's the highest rarity attack percent helmet. So that was more important to me than the set for the most part, because I'm able to get way more attack than I were if I just used one of these. If I used a red piece that was attack percent, because it would only be like 32% or something like that compared to 50. So that's a huge difference. But again, here you want to look at attack, crit rate, and crit damage. Just go into as much attack as you can, and then crit rate, then crit damage, just like all the others as well. And for his exclusives, we are on the second level, the middle level of forging exclusives for him. And I am not prioritizing his exclusives at all, which is why you don't see that there's really very many leveled up here. Lastly, we have Omar. Omar has been a solid hero for me from the very beginning of the game. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I absolutely love Omar. But Omar has all of his talents done. Exclusives, we are on the mid-level. Again, I'm really trying to focus on other people's exclusives before I get into really finishing out Omar's, which is why he's at where he is, and it works just fine. And for his equipment, we have a Sun Signet set and a Hero set, so you can see it gives us crit rate and attack percent. And again, like on Bot Mark II, I went ahead and put a random set boot on him, and that's because, again, it is 50% attack, and that's huge compared to the 32 on the red. I really try, it depends, I try to prioritize my sets and my stats on, like, to get both of those on the heroes that I really specifically need for progression. And don't get me wrong, Omar is one of them, and sometimes I will switch some sets out, but for now, this really works on Omar, and he's typically able to do a lot of damage everywhere. But as you can see, we have 19,000 attack, 63% crit rate, and no crit damage. All of these heroes, because they do damage, and they're obviously all their skills are different, but they're all built in a way that they all need attack. And if you want extra damage off of crit damage, you have to have 100% crit rate. And then you'll have to add crit damage as well. But the guild boss isn't really something that's extremely important. You should be doing it every day, but I would not make it a priority where you feel like I absolutely need to do an insane amount of damage here immediately. Don't do that. Just throw in the best of what you have into the guild boss, and once you've progressed in a lot of areas and content in the rest of the game, I can't talk today, then you can kind of look more at focusing like on a guild boss team. But if you've watched this far, I want to mention that I am going to be doing a giveaway with this video. I did not announce it in the title. I didn't put it on my thumbnail. And this is really because I want to give back to the people that are supporting me and helping me build this channel, and watching a lot of that content. So if you have made it to this point, I'm going to pick 5 people. 5 people will win. And the way you're going to be entered is by subscribing to my channel, leaving any comment in the comments. It does not need to say giveaway, just anything. You can say, hey, hi, hello, love the video, anything. Whenever you join my Discord, I actually have a channel in there that says YouTube giveaways. Just type in there giveaway. You can get entered 3 times. You don't have to do all 3 of these, but you will get 1 entry into the pool for every one of these that you do. So subscribe gets 1, comment gets 1, and joining my Discord and typing giveaway in the YouTube giveaway section is also going to give you 1. Make sure though that whenever you join my Discord, you select a role in the roles channel. If you do not select a role, you're not going to be able to unlock the rest of the server. I just want to mention that. And it's also a really great way for beginners that are looking for advice, or experienced players willing to give advice, to share knowledge and to help each other out. And it's great because games are more than just the game. You want a really good community. And I always focus on building a really, really nice community that is focused on helping each other grow, helping each other learn, and honestly kind of being like a family. So if you're interested in joining that, I will leave the link for that in the description below as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this informative, or whatever you were looking for by coming and clicking on this. Definitely make sure that you've subscribed to my channel so you can be notified every time I post new content. Once again, it's the Mad Queen, and I'll catch you in the next video.